National Review with an endorsement today. It's no surprise to me, endorsing Ted Cruz for president. The editors did it naturally, but the thinking behind this to do it at this point.
Well, I think it's time. I mean, some of us individually, I endorsed Senator Cruz some months back, but I think now we're really getting down to what the choice in the matter is, and it's really a critical time. I can't think of a much more critical time coming up to Tuesday, and then looking beyond. The field has really winnowed, and we're down to a really stark choice. And for those of us at National Review who've really worked in an institution that, forged by William F. Buckley Jr., has always, I think, identified itself with good reason as the beacon of the conservative movement, we now have a champion of conservative ideals who is probably as able, articulate, and bright a champion as we've had certainly in recent memory, and going back some time. So I think it was incumbent on us to rally around him, and I'm glad we did.
All right. Now, of course, several weeks ago, and I had you and Bill Kristol on, of course, Bill Kristol with the Weekly Standard, who both contributed, you and Bill, to the National Review magazine that had about 20 people coming out and basically, I'll say, trashing or bashing or taking to task Donald Trump. And that hasn't seemed to influence too many people. I mean, I don't know who it influenced, but certainly there's been no tumble in the polls. There's been no stunning defeats. There's been no, a disassembling of the momentum or the campaign of Donald Trump. Do you think that this will make a difference?
Well, I always think National Review has a good chance to make a difference, and I'm not sure that that the Trump issue didn't. I mean, you're right that there hasn't been any great shift downward in the poll, but at the same time, Trump seems to be stuck in the mid to high 30s. It's a ceiling for him. And if you look at the campaign results, if you look at the primary results, Steve, he does well in two places: open primaries where Democrats can vote, and primaries where there's a lot of early voting. And what you're seeing is that he's holding a lead based on the people who voted some weeks ago sometimes. And when it gets down to late deciders, and when it gets down to brass tacks where people have to actually do the voting, candidates or voters are breaking for other candidates. So, I don't think that it's not exactly like he's running away with this thing. And I do think that the Trump issue made a difference, and I believe this will make a difference as well.